One look at you and I can't disguise. I've got hungry eyes. I feel the magic between you and I had a mic here that I was holding, but I actually had a real mic here, so I don't know what that was about, but okay. What was I gonna say? I was actually gonna start this and be really talkative because I have a podcast and I'm a podcaster. So where was I going? I was gonna say I remember what I was gonna say. Okay, so I just want to start off by saying I have started watching the Drew Carey show and I am in love with Drew Carey now. So just want to give you guys that update. And I know what you're thinking, Beth, he's a 66-year-old man. And I'm gonna tell you this. I am broken, disheveled, if you will. I have problems, and that's a wrap on that. Let's go. So, hey, you guys. Welcome back to the Buzz with Beth. I'm in such a good mood today. I am your host, Bethany Haven. Meow. I am feeling so good today. You wanna know why? Because we have a lot of milestones. Yes, we do. One being that this is the 20th episode. Yeah, can I get a round of applause? I'm the only one in here. This is the 20th episode, and it's a big deal because you know what? When I started this podcast, we had naysayers. We had deniers. We had people who thought I was never going to make it this far. But you know what I say to them? 20 episodes, baby. 20 episodes. Get into it. Screw them. Oh, I got to pop my arm. I did it. Did you hear it? We are 20 episodes in, and that's amazing. Now to the next thing. This is crazy. I had lunch with a friend. Yes. I had lunch with a friend at school. Yeah, that I've never done that. I've had lunch with a friend with Maria. That was the only time. But this was at school. Yeah, she invited me to eat with her. It was amazing. That doesn't happen to me. She's going to see this and be like, she's weird. But if you're seeing this, I'm not weird. I'm just really excited. She's going to see this and think I shouldn't have done that. But anyway, yeah, I had lunch with a friend and it went great. And I've never been asked to go eat with someone. And so I'm really happy. I think I have a friend now. Woo! Are you guys happy for me? Because I'm happy for me. It made me feel really good. Because I was really struggling with the friend thing. And now I feel like I'm set on a steady track. Now to the next thing. This is a really, really big deal. And I want you guys to know this. I feel okay, you know what? I'm coughing. Let me get a drip. Let me get a sip. And you're going to hold that against me? Wow. You got another thing coming. What am I even talking about? I'm going to take a sip of my coffee. Do y'all like my new mug? Oh, it's Garfield. Get into it for a minute. Yeah. Okay, if you guys remember, a few months back, actually, let me start even further back. Let me start the whole story over. When I first started the podcast, I was really struggling with the hate. I was getting left mean comment after mean comment, and it was taking a toll on me. There was a time that I was like, I'm going to need to take a break from the Buzz with Beth. The next week, I went viral, and that really did change things, but I was like, I need to take a break, but I didn't. And you know what? You know why I didn't? Because there's a podcast that I love so dearly. It's my number one podcast, as you guys know, Good Children. The Good Children podcast with Joe Hedges and Andrew Muscarella. Yes, that is my favorite podcast. You guys know this. And you also know that I called them, left them a voicemail that was on their podcast, which was the catalyst to get me to my first 100 subscribers, which was a really big deal. But I love Good Children. It's my favorite podcast, and they both mean so much to me, and I love them so much. The advice that they gave me has stuck with me and has helped me so much. Now, what I'm about to tell you, you guys are going to freak out. If you love me just a little bit, you are going to freak out for me. Okay, are you ready for this? Andrew Muscarella followed me on Instagram. I know. It's literally the coolest thing ever. Get into it. I called my mom. I called my sister. And those were the only people I called. And it was the best thing ever. I was so happy. I was down here. And that took me right up to here. That went into my bra. My shirt went into my bra when I did that. It was so cool. Because that is my favorite podcast of all time. And to be recognized by people that you really idolize like that, geez Louise, it meant so much to me. And not only that, it wasn't like one follow. He even liked posts. Yeah. I'm really happy about it. It was so cool. We're like mutuals now. Like on Instagram, it says that we're mutuals. He has no idea who I am. But like mutuals on Instagram. We're mutuals on Instagram. Isn't that cool? And then you know what I did? Because I had balls after that. So then I went to Joe. And he just posted a video where he was like the devil. And he was doing like the how celebrities, they'll go, I don't know what interview it is, but they have like the board and it's like most Googled questions and they like tear the tape off. He did that, but as the devil. And one of the questions was, what's your real name? And he goes, Jessica Simpson. And that video made me laugh so hard. But I commented on it and I don't even remember what I said. But he commented back. So now I've spoke to Joe. Because guys, manifest it right now. One day, I'm going to be on their podcast. Lock it in right now. It was so cool. It's just, I don't know. When things like that happen, I know like a lot of people, when those things happen, they think it's like, whatever. But when things like that happen to me, I'm like over the moon. I love it. Okay? Just to feel the love in that way from people that you really love is just so amazing. So, Andrew, if you're watching this, hi, I love you dearly. I really do, Joe. If you happen to see this, I know you don't follow me. Maybe one day you will. I love you too. I love that podcast. You guys should definitely watch it. On Spotify, if you go to like, if you go on like my Spotify page, they're on it. Like in the suggested, like it says, my picks. That podcast is on there. So, direct link, basically. But I'll also link it in the description because I love them and I'm passionate about their podcast as much as I am about mine. But yeah, that was really cool. And now, I have one more thing to announce. I know, it's crazy. The past 2 weeks have been literally insane. Actually, I have another thing to announce before I get to the biggest thing. Okay, you guys, editing Beth here. I forgot to mention something vital. Another amazing thing happened. I can't believe I didn't talk about this. Brooke from Brooke and Connor Make a Podcast, she also liked my video. Yeah. I don't know why I forgot to mention that. Like, why me? But yeah, she liked it. So, my 2 favorite podcasts, they've seen my little face. Get into that for a minute. Let that sink in. I'm gonna be famous. I am just counting the days. I just hit 12K on Instagram. ? That's crazy. I know, that was really cool. Because I have like these little milestones I set for myself. I was going down, up. I have so many milestones and that was one of them. So, woo! That was really cool. And now for the biggest one. Like the biggest thing, I just hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. I know. That has really been the craziest thing. It really has. Because now I'm about to get vulnerable, is what it is. I don't know. It really made me think. I just love you guys so much. And there's 1,000 of you now. Over 1,000 of you. And it's so insane. It's so overwhelming in the best way possible. Just the overwhelming love and support I get from you guys is truly insane. And I want you to know that does not go unnoticed. And I love you guys with every ounce of my being. And that's a lot of being. Get into it. But, I don't know. I just think my whole life, I have really struggled with being seen and being accepted. just my whole life. And I kind of came up with like this philosophy, I guess. People all the time, they're wondering what the point of life is. And it's like, I don't think it's money. And I don't think that it's love even. I think it's being understood and being seen as a human being. That's what I think the point of life is. Just to find yourself surrounded by people who just get you. Not that they're in love with you and then you're going to get married to someone or, you know, that whole thing. I just to be with someone who gets you and to be understood. And that is something I've never felt in my entire life. I have always just been an outsider. And it hasn't been until now when I've been with you guys that I have actually felt like a human being and seen and understood. And I want to thank you guys for that, because that's truly the greatest gift. And I hope I can do the same for you guys. I know I don't know you guys and you guys don't actually like know me in person, but I hope with like the things that I say and talk about that you feel seen and heard and understood, because I just think that's the thing. That is the point of living. And I love you guys so much. And I know I make this reference all the time. I'm oh God, I can't talk. I'm so emotional. I know I'm not like Mr. Beast, but and I don't run those numbers like he does, but I wouldn't trade what I have with you guys for that. I wouldn't trade what I have with you guys for anything. I love you guys so much. To the moon and back. No. Nay. To the not so planet Pluto and back. And over again a billion times. It's just, you guys are the greatest gift. And please know, I don't take you for granted one bit. I feel so much love for you guys. And for you guys to take a chance on me like you're doing is just the biggest ask and this the greatest gift. So thank you. And on that note of how much I just love you guys, we actually have a honeybee that is really sick right now. And I just want to take a moment to let's all just send our love and good vibes their way, because, you know, when a honeybee is down, we gotta stick together. Get it? Because like honey is sticky and bees. I just feel like that little analogy didn't work like I wanted it to. But when a honeybee is down, we gotta stick together and we gotta send love and good vibes their way, because at the end of the day, we're a family. We're a family here. Yeah, get into that for a minute. So just send your love. Pray if you do that. That's all. It's an awful situation. So I just want to take a moment to say, get better soon. I love you so much. You're going to know who you are. And I hope you get better. I love you so much. Now that we got all, I don't want to say housekeeping things, but let's get to some stories, because this is the 20th episode. We're 14 minutes in. This is the 20th episode, guys. And this is like the 1,000 mark. And Andrew followed me. And I had lunch with a friend. So this is like a big episode. Like, big things are happening. Little Beth isn't so little anymore. And if someone makes a fat joke about that, I'm gonna hunt you down. But this is the 20th episode. Things are happening for me, dude. I know. And you know what? I was even like looking at, I got a text message. It's my mom. She said she loves me. Well, I had like 2 hours ago, I said that I loved her, and she's just now responding with I love you. Do I send back I love you too? Because the time between. Do you guys get what I'm saying? I'm going to say it. I'm going to say I love you too, and she's going to be like, you just said it. Well, I probably just made a fool out of myself. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, it's just great things are happening, and I'm so excited. I'm in such a good mood. I'm in such a good mood. Let me take a sip of coffee. I made a cup of coffee before this one. Ooh, ASMR. Do you guys dig that? Should I make a switch to ASMR? Put it down in the comments below. I'm not doing that. Oh, anyway. But I wanted to actually get into some stories because this is a big episode. I want to tell you guys some stories that have really built my character. Not all of them are very happy. In fact, all of them are kind of like, ugh. But there's stories that built who I am, and I feel like for such a big, important episode like this, I owe it to you guys to just let it rip. Not like a fart, but like, oh my god, have y'all seen The Bear? I did like a whole episode on The Bear. That episode did really bad because I really was just honing in on The Bear. But that's neither here nor there. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, because the let it rip is like a thing in the... You know, actually, have you guys considered that it doesn't matter? And that I should get to the point? Okay. But I want to tell you guys some stories that have just, you know, kind of are the things that made me into a villain. I'm in such a good mood. Okay, I want to tell you guys like really fun, not so fun stories. So let's get into it. This one's called Karaoke Humiliation. And I just want to preface this. This is not even about me being humiliated at karaoke, although there have been many of those. Yeah. So here's how. Let me set the scene. You can see it now. Oh my god. I was trying to make a reference to Ride, the podcast. Because Benny always says that I can see it now. And I also love that podcast. But I choked, so it didn't work out. So let me set the scene for you. I was in middle school, and I was with my sister. So this new thing that they were doing in my middle school was the last hour of the day they would do these clubs every week, just like one day out of the week, or maybe it was once a day out of the month. But did y'all see me? I stopped breathing and then everything. Okay, but they had these clubs, and you could sign up for different clubs, and you didn't have to do the same one every time. You could do different ones. But this club was Karaoke Club. Karaoke Club, hungry eyes. I'm gonna watch this back and I'm gonna be like, wow, I'm an amazing singer. I'm literally on par with Adele. Right? But we signed up for this club. It was my sister and I. We both signed up. And we go. And actually, I guess the humiliation's a little bit on my part. Because we go. And I was gonna sing A Million Reasons by Lady Gaga. Now. Yes, I was trying to sing A Million Reasons by Lady Gaga again, even though I had ran off stage singing it at the talent show the year prior. I know how it sounds. I know what you're thinking. Beth, you are an idiot. And here's what I'm going to tell you. Yeah, I am. But I was trying again because I'm a go-getter. So I was trying again. And I was up there singing. And you're not going to believe this. When I was doing it at the talent show, the reason I ran off was because I forgot the words. But this time, I was singing it, and I forgot the words again. And so I was like, okay, I'm good. I'm going to tell you guys this much. I've never sang this song since. Because if you mess it up twice in public, you really just gotta take the L. I mean, at that point, it's really just a sign. God is telling you need to step down. And I really just had to take it for what it was. I was never gonna sing that song right. Hey, you guys, editing Beth here. I said that when you mess it up 2 times, you really gotta take the L. But that's not necessarily true. I did not mess it up 2 times. I actually messed it up 3 times. Potentially 4. And see, and that was when it was too late. That is when it was becoming sad. But you know, I was trying to take life by
what the horns? Is that the phrase? And I just, I thought it was gonna be a golden buzzer moment.
But after that, after I stepped down, this guy, he volunteered to sing next. And here's where the story gets interesting. This is actually a short story now that I'm thinking about it. Here's where the story gets interesting. This guy, I think he was in my sister's grade. He volunteers to sing. Mind you, he was like the only guy in there. And he decides to sing. What's that one song by Ed Sheeran? He decides to sing Thinking Out Loud by Ed Sheeran. Now, let's think about this. Let's think out loud about this. That song is a solo song. Eddie Boy sings it by his lonesome. Why does this boy in karaoke club, he goes, I need a girl to sing it with me. And guys, I can't express to you the silence. Crickets? Crickets, anybody? No, the crickets actually left from embarrassment. No one volunteered. He looks at my sister and he goes, I need a girl. Looking at Brooke and me. No! He's, I need a girl to sing it with me. This is a duet. In what world, brother, is this song a duet? What? Am I the woman whose legs don't work like they used to before? Have y'all seen that meme with Jake Shane? With that went on his podcast? That was so funny. But genuinely, no one did. And then he goes, I'm just not gonna sing it. Or maybe he did get up there and sing it. I don't know. I'll have to check with my sister. This was a short story. Maybe it didn't have the ending I wanted it to have. Maybe it wasn't that hard hitting. But dude, he was like, I need a girl to sing with me. This is a duet. I hate to be the bearer of bad news here. It's not, though. You're gonna hate me. You're gonna hate me. It's not, though. And so no one wanted to. No one wanted to get up there and sing after the fool I had made of myself. Let's just say I wasn't getting back up there to sing again. And then no one else wanted to because it's crazy. Here's the thing. A duet, if you're singing a duet with someone, that's kind of an intimate experience, is it not? Because you're singing Thinking Out Loud by Ed Sheeran to somebody else. When your legs don't work like they used to before. And I can't stop the out of my bed. Like, that's kind of intimate, is it not? Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's a love song. And I was, 12? I wasn't trying to do that. Hey guys, editing Beth here. I just want to interject here really fast. I don't think I did it justice. This guy was a mean kid. He was really, 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 really mean to Brooke. That's why we didn't want to sing a duet with him. And also, it wasn't a duet. But yeah, no one volunteered, and that was like my first time experiencing secondhand embarrassment. My sister and I, we had when you just have that person and you think the same exact thing. We looked at each other, we're like, and we just knew that this is a villain origin story for him. It's, if he does something awful one day, we're gonna know why. We're gonna know why. But yeah, that's the karaoke humiliation. Maybe that wasn't so good of a story to tell. Maybe my storytelling skills are really bad. Maybe I shouldn't have a podcast. Maybe I should end the Buzz with Beth. Maybe I should go into hiding. Maybe. Oh my god, wait. That could have been a Family Guy joke. No, it couldn't. Okay, let's get into that. One thing you guys don't know about me is I'm a brilliant writer. One thing you guys don't know about me is I am brilliant, smart, intelligent. We'll throw in amazing, hot if you want to go there. If you want to go there, some scientists would suggest I am attractive. That's not what I'm going to talk about. I'm a good writer. I'm a good little writer. I think I could write for Family Guy. I think I could write for SNL. Let's get into that. I could be a writer for SNL. I don't need to be on the show. Although, I would much appreciate that. I hear they're taking influencers now, and people are calling me that, so sign me up, Lauren. Sign me up. I would be a brilliant writer. I would be a brilliant writer for that show. Put me on the writing team. I'm so dead serious. Put me in the cast, because I know they do writing too. Put me in the writer's room. I could really... Oh my god. Oh my god. That's the biggest spider I've ever seen! This is not happening again! This is not happening! That is genuinely... I wish I had, like... Oh my god, what am I supposed to do? What? Talk about the worst thing that's ever happened to me. That was genuinely the biggest spider I've ever seen. That was genuinely the biggest spider I've ever seen. Oh my god. Oh my god. You guys are going to watch me die on camera. Beth dies on camera? Not clickbait. Where is it? Actually, that was such a big spider. Oh my god. I'm getting ballsy. I'm going to look for it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's not a spider. It's a centipede. The show must continue. It was a centipede. Back to what I was saying. I would be such an amazing writer for SNL. I think of great bits all the time, like amazing skits. Like, you know what? I'm getting a degree in broadcasting. I'm going to apply one day. Right here, right now, we're saying it. One day, I might not do it. If I don't do it, it's only because bigger and better things. But I am going to try to be a writer for SNL. Yeah. Or I might not. I might not. If I don't, it's because the centipede killed me. Anyway, what I was gonna say was, next story. So here's another story. This next story is really a villain origin story at its finest. I was really changed after this. I was turned into a hater. Not really. I was just really hurt. I was turned into a hater of any kind. I was a hater towards myself. But let me set the scene for you. It was my freshman year of high school. And at that ripe age of 14, you're really just like, wow. I see how I look in the mirror, hating it, #hating how I look in the mirror. And it was really hitting at this time. And there was a girl that I went to school with, and I never had a single class with her. What was that sound? Oh, I think it was the air freshener. Okay. Guys, that centipede, it's about to go down. For real. I'm gonna, watch this back, and it's, crawling across the wall. That was genuinely the worst. Anyway. What was I saying? Okay, yeah, I went to school with this girl who was... I never had a single class with her. I just went to school with her since elementary school. And guys, she was out to get me. For real. I've been bullied a lot. For real. But this girl, I've never experienced another person like her. How, I was never around her. But at any moment she was out to get me. I hardly knew her. I hardly knew her. It was so strange. Not a single class with her. And I remember in elementary school, I had started a YouTube channel with my sister. You'll never find it. It's taken down now. It's not even good. So you wouldn't even want to see it. I mean, I know y'all like to pull your clips, but it wasn't even good enough to do that for. But I started that, and people at my school found out about it because I told them. And she was like, so what's your YouTube channel called? What's your little YouTube channel? Making fun of me for it so bad. And I was telling her, about it or whatever, because I was 10. Didn't know that she was making fun of me. But looking back, she was making fun of me hard. You know how, because here's the thing about bullying. People think bullying is just you're ugly. Sometimes. But it's a little different. Because a lot of times bullying is just like, so, you're quiet. Why are you so quiet? Or it's like, so what are you doing? Oh, you're drawing. Drawing is so fun. You know, with her friend. Yeah, that's kind of how this was. But then she would also like get me in middle school too, and then it was high school. She was still out to get me, and to this day I don't understand. I literally never once had a class with her, like not even one time. I was never friends with her at any point in time. I was never friends with her friends. Her sister though was the 4-year-old that I had beef with. If you go back a few episodes, it was her little sister, but that's a different story. She was an awful 4-year-old. Anyway, but we get to high school, and I'm sitting downstairs in my living room working on an assignment. I was working on a get to know me presentation. Ah, it's a fly! I for a second I was like, the centipede can fly. That's insane. Okay, so I was working on a get to know me presentation that did end up being about 40 slides because I was like really, really excited. And that ended up being the presentation that got me made fun of in my class because it took me about 40 minutes out of the class period to present it. But that's neither here nor there. But I was working on it and I get a text message on my phone, and it's from this guy. And I'm like, huh? This guy, why is he texting me? And it was a guy I had gone to school with, but I never had another person. I never had a single class with him. I never even spoke to him. I didn't know him at all, really. I just knew of him because I saw him in the hallway once, and I knew he was dating this girl who was so mean to me. You know, give her a name. We'll call her Sam. This guy was dating Sam, and I was like, interesting. But he's texting me, and he's saying, "You're so beautiful. I really like you. I think you're funny. I think you're smart. I really like you." And I was like, oh my God. I was 14. This had never happened to me. Like, guys never took an interest in me. And so I was like, oh wow, like, this is crazy. He's like, I just like you so much. But I was a little skeptical because, that kind of thing never happened to me. So I was like, huh? He's like, I like you. Love, even. And I know it's stupid, but I really like you. And I was like, we barely know each other. And he's like, but I've seen you, and I know you. I really like you. And it was that over and over again. And then I remembered, I was like, wait, aren't you dating Sam? So I sent that. And he's like, we're over. And she doesn't even need to know about this. We're so over. And I was like, really? Last time I checked, y'all were still together. And it was that kind of back and forth forever. And then it's turned into him making fun of me a little bit. And I was like, okay, dude, leave me alone. What is this? And I was like, is this even real? Who is this? Like, what is happening? And I was like, if you're real, take a photo with a spoon on your head. And then he did it. And I was like, dang, what's happening? And then the more he kept like being mean to me, then the secret was let out. Sam was doing the whole thing. Yeah, Sam posed as her boyfriend on Instagram and made him do all that stuff, like put a spoon on his head, whatever, so she could bully me and get me into thinking that a guy actually liked me. So, yeah, that was like probably the worst thing someone's ever done to me. And I remember I went to bed that night reading Wattpad and listening to White Horse by Taylor Swift. But I was like really heartbroken, dude. I was like, dang. The one guy who actually shows an interest in me, it wasn't even real. And I know right now I'm being like a soldier about it, but at the time, I was really heartbroken. I'm so strong now, but back then, but dude, that was like awful. And I remember I told my sister was like there as it was happening, and she was like, of course, really, really angry. And then my mom was like, I can't believe they did this to you. Like, this is awful. And it was awful. She was more angry than I was. I was sad. My family was angry. I remember they took my phone. They were reading the text. They were going through it. And they're like, oh my God, she's awful. And she is. She is. And she still is. And I'll tell you more about that later. But that was like truly the nastiest thing someone's ever done to me. For real. I've had a lot of nasty stuff done. But that's up there. She posed as her boyfriend to do that. But it truly, like, let's think about this for a second. I've been bullied by people like my whole life. But the people I've been bullied by are people that I was in class with, that I was like friends with. If you're listening, I did little quotations. And they're people that I were around all the time. This girl, I was never around. I never was in a single class with her. But she would see me and she would in the hallway and make fun of me. Like times when it was just, you wouldn't even expect it. And it was so strange. I don't understand why she was so out to get me. Oh my God, wait, hold on. I never had the viewfinder open. That sucks. But yeah. It was so strange. I don't know why she was, that flipped. I don't know why she was out to get me so bad. Like, I don't know what she had against me. Because it was just, I had beef with her sister, but I was never mean to her sister. Her sister just was mean to me. Common theme. But, it still gets me because I don't know why she didn't like me. Why she wanted to make fun of me. Like, if I was in class with her and saw her every day, that would make more sense. Not that it is ever justifiable to, like, be mean to someone like that, but I would at least understand that why it was happening. Like, you know, she sees me every day. I'm an easy target because she sees me all the time. This girl, I was never around her. And then you'd think that's the end of it. No, she made fun of me from elementary school all the way up until my senior year of high school. And then I went to school that next week. And she would make fun of me when she saw me in the hallway. It was so strange. Like, I remember I was, like, in the cafeteria. I was, like, okay, it wasn't lunchtime. I just was in there for some reason. And I walked out to use the bathroom. And she was sitting on a bench. And she was sitting with a friend. She's like, Beth, come here. Beth, come here. And I was like, no, leave me alone. But she wouldn't stop yelling it. And so I just went over there. Because I shouldn't have went over there. I should have just kept walking. But I didn't. I was like, what do you want? Her friend gets up, kisses her hand. She goes, it like smacks me in the face. And then it was all funny. Haha, so loud. Dude, it was so weird. It was so weird. And her friend, who even was she actually? Now that I'm talking about it, who was she? But it was so strange. That was strange. But yeah, she made fun of me for years. And then when I was in my senior year of high school, I hadn't seen her in so long because y'all know what happened to me in high school with like the bullying, that whole thing. I hadn't seen her in so long until my senior year. It was right at the end. Here's what happened. I'll tell you the details. It was like senior week. So it was the very last week of high school for seniors at my school. They didn't have class. It was just like senior events. So it'd be like a field day for the seniors. All this stuff that you kind of did. And one of the events was you would take a bus and you'd go back to like your elementary school, middle school. And you could like go back and walk through the halls and see your teachers or whatever. I did not want to participate in any of the senior activities because, as you guys know, high school not a good experience for me, and I was so over it that I was just like, when I'm done, I'm done. But I was told that it was mandatory. One, I was told it was mandatory, and two, I was told that I would regret it if I didn't do it. So I was like, you know what, fine, I'll do it. So you get up in your cap and gown, and you go and you walk. Sam, I went to the same elementary school and middle school as her, so we're on the same bus. When I'm on a bus, I always sit up front. Because if that thing tips over, guess who's getting out alive? This girl right here. I ain't playing games. I ain't playing games when it comes on a bus. I ain't sitting in the back. No, I'm sitting right up front. Get into that for a minute. But she sits up front too. And she's like bugging me the whole time. She's like, where are you going to school? What are you going to major in? All this stuff. And she was bugging me then too. And like making fun of me like the whole time. And then I had to do the walkthrough at my old schools. Guys, walking back through my old elementary school and my old middle school, that's an experience that's just like, you know what? I shouldn't have done this. This isn't closure. This is just reopening wounds. This is what that is. I was so miserable. I didn't realize how bad those experiences were for me until I did that walkthrough. And I literally almost broke down crying. It was like the worst thing I've ever done. And that guy who I told you that I had a huge crush on, but he didn't like me at all. He was awful towards me. He would look back, because he hated me. He looked back and he even felt bad for me. I think he was concerned because I was so miserable. I was waiting for the bus to get back, and I was sitting on a bench alone, just completely scarred. It was like the worst thing I could have ever done in healing, just going back. It was awful. Awful, awful, awful. If I could go back, I wouldn't have never done the walkthrough. I would have just skipped it. Unfortunately, I thought it was mandatory, so whatever. But yeah, it was awful, and she made fun of me the whole time. It was so weird, but that, then I haven't heard from her since. Did I get another text message? No, I didn't. No one likes me. I haven't heard from her since, and hopefully I don't. I did do this, though. I unblocked her because I think I'm doing really, really well now, and I'm really successful. And so I want her to see how successful I am. But yeah, I unblocked her. I want her to see how good I'm doing. Because I think that she really messed up being mean to me. And we could have been friends. But she decided she wanted to be a hater. Oh, wow. Oops. Now, on to my next story. So this next story, this is the last story for this episode, and this is what happened to me 2 weeks ago. Now, let's get into this for a second. It was Tuesday, and I had just got back from a little event I had went to, and on the way there, my sister and I had gotten coffee, and coffee makes me have to pee. So, when we got back from the event, I had to pee really, really bad. I had to use the bathroom. And we're going to go eat. We're going to go eat at the dining hall. So, really what's happening is I'm duck waddling my way. Or, I don't want to say duck, penguin, really. To this dining hall, because I have to use the bathroom so bad. And I get to the dining hall, and I'm like, Brooke, the moment we walk through these doors, I'm going to the bathroom. And she's like, I'm in agreement. I need to use the bathroom too. So we're walking. I'm kind of walking at a speed that is faster than lightning, and I'm trying to beeline it towards the bathroom. On my way, I'm stopped by a person I went to high school with. And she's like, oh my God, hi Beth, how are you? And I'm like, oh my God, here's what's going through my head. Oh my God, I've been stopped by a person. There's a lot of things that kind of go into this. One, I have to pee really bad. Two, I am awful at talking to people. And so I'm like, oh my God, hi, how are you? She's like, I'm good, how are you? The words that unfortunately leave my mouth are pretty heinous. I said, she asked me how am I doing, so I replied, I have to pee so bad. And she goes, I understand. And then I ran away. Yeah, I ran away. Hey Beth, how are you? I have to pee. It wasn't even I have to use the bathroom. It was I have to pee. And then I ran away. And then I had realized what I had done. Because I wasn't thinking when I said it, as you guys know, because that's kind of how I roll. When I get to the bathroom, I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I just did that. That's so embarrassing. Oh my God, Beth, how are you? I have to pee. Ah, bye. And ran away. That's embarrassing. So in my state of embarrassment and shame, I'm like, oh my God, I have to do something. So I get on my phone. I get on my phone while on the toilet, and I pull her up on Instagram, and I text her. The story just keeps getting worse. I text her, hi, I'm so sorry. It was so great to see you. I'm sorry I left so fast. That was so foolish of me. I had to pee so bad. yeah, I hit her again with the I have to pee so bad. Just, doubling down on that. And then I sent it her way. And she just goes, it's cool. And I knew I knew how she sounded. Like, I read the words and I just knew the tone. That it was more like, it's cool. Where it's just like, hey, she's not angry. She's more so concerned. And also questioning herself even as to why she ever spoke to me to begin with. And to answer your question, friend, I don't know why you spoke to me. I wouldn't have spoken to me. Because I definitely don't know how to speak to others. And if you think I'm weird now, all I have to say is I get it. You were great, though. You were great, and I'm so glad that you decided to be nice to me. Because I'm a weirdo. I'm a weirdo. I'm weird. I'm a weirdo. I don't fit in. I don't want to fit in. Do you ever see me with a stupid hat on? That's weird. But yeah, I said that. I was like, I have to pee, and then I doubled down, and I sent her a text. No wonder she thinks I'm freaking weird. No wonder she thinks I'm weird. That is the only evidence I've ever brought to the table. When the judge asked to see evidence, all I had to do was walk up to the stand. And the judge was like, okay, I get it. Send her to prison. It was bad. It was embarrassing. And I think what we can learn from this situation is that I don't know how to talk to people. I am the what's-his-face from Riverdale. I'm weird. What? Bucky? No, it's not. His name is not Bucky. His name's Cole Sprouse. His character, Jughead. Lesson, I guess, is if someone asks you how you are, don't respond with, I have to pee. That's all I have to say on that. But that's the end of this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. I really tried to bring my A game because this was a big episode. A lot of things were discussed. And I love you guys so much. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at Bethany_Haven. Make sure you follow me on TikTok at Bethany_Haven. Do I have any other social media? Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't. They're here if you're watching it. Go follow me on the Spotify at The Buzz with Beth. What else? Oh yeah, leave a rating on Spotify of 5 stars, nothing less. Because please. If we get like a few more 5-star ratings, we can probably get back to 5 stars. Because there was one stinker who left me like 1 star, and it tanked me to 4.3 stars. You know how bad that looks? Bad. We're at 4.9 now, so thank you God. But thank you guys actually. And yeah, so but if we could just get back to that 5-star rating, then life would be good. I love you guys so much. Meow, meow, meow. Wait, what was I gonna do? I was gonna do it like a cool thing with the meows. It's fine. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow.
Do 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 do.